So who has had this happen before? You're driving along at your car's max speed. Why? Because you're being chased. So you are going 45 degrees from true north. And then, after 10 seconds of driving, your car crashes. So there's your car. There's a wheel, and there goes the other wheel. So, you get out of your car and you run for it. You run at your own personal max speed, 30 degrees from north. So here's north again, and you are 30 degrees off of north at your own personal max speed for another 10 seconds. And it's at that point where you find yourself being abducted by aliens, right? And they've got their little thing, they're taking you away. So you're being taken away by aliens from another planet. They're very happy about that. Now, the FBI is there to investigate, but they need to find out how to create a straight line from where your chase started to where you were abducted. So, your answer will of course be different from mine because your max speed is going to be a little bit different. Chances are you weren't racing in an electric car. I was. My max speed is 42 meters per second, and I was going for 10 seconds for a total distance of 420 meters. My running max speed is 5.6 meters per second. Again, I'm running for 10 seconds for a total speed distance of 56 meters. But that is not going to get us our total distance. We need to break this up into segments. So, if you'll recall, well, let's do it. First off, the first segment, we have this bit and this bit. So, this is x1, this is y1. And for the second bit, this is x2, and this is y2. Note that x1 and x2 are in different directions, so one of them is going to need to be negative. I suggest that since this one's smaller, you probably want to make that one the negative one. Okay? So, let us get started. x1 is equal to 420. Now, the angle here, we can also say that this is x1 and that this is y1. So, x1 is opposite of 45 degrees, so that would make that a sine of 45 degrees. y1 is equal to 420 cosine of 45 degrees. Now, by the way, if you put this in your calculator, you'll get, well, what did I get? I've got a total of, I already did this before the class, and now I can't find where I did it, 297 meters. Now, by the way, you notice that there's a 45? That's 45. Both sides are actually the same here, 297 meters. So this is 297 meters, and that's 297 meters, because it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. For the second part, y, x1 is equal to 56 sine 30 degrees. Now, a few people ask me, is x always sine? No. Whatever side is opposite your angle will be sine. In this case, they both happen to be x, but they don't have to be x. The sine is whatever's opposite your angle. And whatever's adjacent to your angle, that's going to be cosine. So y1 is equal to 56 cosine 30 degrees. And, by the way, sine of 30 degrees is always 0.5. So this is 56 sine 56 times 0.5. The only reason I didn't do that up here is I just simply didn't have enough space. Didn't leave myself enough space. And that equals 28 meters. Over here, let's see, the cosine of 30 is, so this is 56 times 0.866, which is equal to 48. Well, it's 48.5, which is rounded, or 48.4 something, which is rounded to 48 meters. All right, we have our numbers. Now, one thing I want to point out, remember x and y are going in opposite directions. So we might want to say, well, we'll take care of that in the next one. So, we're trying to find our total angle, right? We're going to try to find y total and x total. So, x total is equal to something plus something. Y total is equal to something plus something. I'll take this here. Now, let's put this through here. x1, y1. x2, y2. What is x1? x1 is 297 meters. And y1 is also 297 meters. Now, x2 is in a different direction. x1 was that way, x2 is that way. So we're going to want to put it down. You can say that the direction is for both these is east. So let's make this negative 28 meters. And we're going to make this positive 48 meters. Okay, going through here. 297 minus 28 is 269. And 297 plus 48 is 325. So you have your sides. Now, this is 269. This is 325. You can find your magnitude of your vector by using the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So that would be 269 squared plus 325 squared is equal to c squared. Square them, add them up. I don't have a calculator that works at the moment because I'm using it to film this. And I'm realizing that when I wrote down my calculations before, I made a small error. So for this segment, you're on your own from this point. However, don't forget, whatever you get down here, don't forget it's equal to c squared. So whatever you get here is going to equal c squared. That means you're going to have to take the square root of both sides at the end, okay? I've seen a few people forget to do that. Let's talk about the angle. Our angle is theta, right? Theta is equal to the inverse tangent of the opposite over the adjacent. Now, the inverse tangent let's see, what is our opposite? Our opposite is, we decided it was 2, 6, 9. And our adjacent was 3, 2, 5. Unfortunately, I'm realizing that I made an error when I did my preliminary calculations. So, this is as far as I go because I'm using my calculator to film this. You can do it. Just remember, when you state your final answer, you'll have the magnitude in meters. And then you're going to have a direction. It'll be whatever the angle is. Now, by the way, this is a 45-degree angle and they turn left. Your number is guaranteed to be less than 45. It's just going to be less than 45. So that's how it's going to be. But you put that many degrees, and this is north. It's going to be east of north. East of north. Now, by the way, your numbers, of course, will be different. Your car's max velocity will be different. Your running maximum velocity will be different. Use your numbers. Feel free to watch this video as many times as you'd like. And if you have any questions, please come in and ask me. Thank you very much. And I'm going home now.